Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
O Sumukhi, that means you fair-faced girl. O Sumukhi, when will I have goose pimples of ecstasy all over my body, as I fan you in a temple that gives bliss to Cupid, where you enjoy ever so sweet talks with your lover. There, in this temple, your cheeks blossoming with a smile as you lie on a playbed made of malaki flowers. I will repeat this wonderful verse. O Sumukhi, fair-faced girl, when will I, your maidservant, have goose pimples of ecstasy all over my body, as I fan you as my service, as I fan you in this special temple, the temple that gives bliss to Cupid, where you enjoy ever so sweet talks with your lover. Fair-faced girl, your cheeks blossoming with a smile, as you lie on a playbed made of malaki flowers.
Absolutely. Because of the passage is a passage.
The commentary starts with a really important sentence. Devotional service coincides, goes together with relishing the Lila Rasa. Devotional service coincides with relishing the Lila Rasa, as it did in the descriptions of Lila Shukha. So there is an example that our devotional service goes together with relishing the Lila Rasa. Lila Shukha showed it in his descriptions. Sweet pastimes burst out of each and every verse of his Krishna Karnamrita, showing how expert he was in relishing this sweetness without being transcendentally cognizant, being conscious about the transcendent abode, without being transcendentally cognizant. This cannot be understood. It is necessary. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Krishna Chandraji, can you explain to us, please? Because today we have your rare association. What does it mean to be transcendentally cognizant?
Cognizant, denke.
Switch them. This is new connection. Okay. Turn this also here. It's straight to the. It's done this. Oh. Yeah, Radhe. Now it's okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Fragen wir, ob er verstanden hat.
Now we can hear?
Yeah. Yeah. Radhe, you can.
Radhe, Radhe.
Yes, very good. We can hear.
Very good, super.
Radhe, Radhe, dear devotees. Maharaj, Radhe, Radhe.
Hey, Krishna Chandra.
So beautiful. So, Suniti, just when you said something, it went off everything here, like a wonderful Vrindavan mood.
Okay, should I repeat the question then?
Yes.
Okay, here in the purport on this beautiful lila, it is said that without being transcendentally cognizant, one cannot understand that Lila Ras, or the devotional service and the sweet pastime that burst out of each and every verse.
And that our devotional service coincides with relishing.
Yes.
It's not hard work. It's not a discipline.
No. Thank you so much. Shall I say a few words?
Yes, please. Please.
This is very wonderful that we can all meet again here in Vrindavan with Maharaj and with all of you, just with this very phrase, Lila Rasa Ashvadite. This means we come together. Devotional service means relishing. It's said, why did Thakurji come to this world? There is few reasons. Some is correction. Like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, Paritaranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. He has to make some correction. But it is very external. Then a little deeper, he comes for education. And education means, oh, the eternal Veda will be revealed. And this is already wonderful. But much more deep is for attraction. He's coming to this world to make wonderful pastimes that attract souls here in this world, who otherwise religion and spiritual life will be so dry. It will be a path of commandments. All the time, people are commanding, or religions are commandments. They say what you should do and you should not do. This is so external. But much deeper, when it's a path of attraction, then it's a choice. And then only, when it's a very deep choice, then only the inner path will gain extreme strength. It's like when Krishna is saying in the end of Gita, Arjuna, now I told you everything. What do you want to do? Yatechasi tata kuru. I offer you all free choice. Yeah. And Arjuna is saying, I made the choice. And choosing Thakurji, choosing Swamini, choosing the Ishtadev is like one of the main practices of Sharanagati. It means, I chose you. This means Goptritve Varana. This is the main anga of Sharanagati. There's external angas like Rakshishati Vishwa, so they protect me. That's fine. But, and I will not have any sorrows ever again. That's fine. But I'm choosing you. This is real, where spiritual life starts to flourish. This is the path of attraction. But here in this verse of Anandadas Babaji, he says even more. The fourth reason why Radha and Krishna appear in this world, it's not mainly correction. It's not mainly education. It's not mainly attraction, because it means it's still for us. And something that is still for us, this will be like an external reason, like the external reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared is Raga Marga Bhakti Loke Korite Pracharan, to teach the Harinam and to teach Raganuga Bhakti. This is the external reason why Mahaprabhu appeared. Because why external? Because the agenda is for others. But he has his own agenda. That's why the fourth reason why Radha and Krishna appear is not correction, is not education, it's not even attraction, but it's recreation. This means it's their own joy. And just maybe one example, right, Maharaj? I would like to embrace you all there, and that you all could come here in this wonderful room, that the festival could happen here. So, what means recreation? This means Leela Ras, this word Anantadas Babaji used. This is something so special. It's the greatest joy between Shyama Shyam, between the divine couple. Once at Govardhan, we will just go in a few days to Govardhan. So Sri Krishna took the vesh, the form of a yogi, and he was sitting there meditating with eyes closed. Of course, when Krishna is sitting there, very, very quickly, so many manjaris, so many spies. Vadia Diotiena Nikunjayunar Atyut Kayakeli Vilasa Siddhi. One of the main sevas of the manjaris is also duty. This means spy. They bring messages, but they also look. So now they see Shyam Sundar at the bank of Govardhan, sitting like a yogi with eyes closed, meditating. So they bring the manjaris, the very young girls, they bring Shrimati Radhika right there. And Krishna is still trying to hold his composure like a yogi. He should not be disturbed by any sense attraction. But Krishna smells Shrimati Radhika just coming close. And in Radharasudanidhi, it's Yasya Kataksha Vasananjala Kela Nota Dhanya Tidhanya Pavanena Kritarjamani Yogindra Durga Magatir Madhusudanopi Tasyana Mostu Vrajabhanu Bhuvodishepi. Krishna, he is worshipped by millions and millions of yogis. But now he smells the fragrance of Shrimati Radhika. Yeah. And he tries to keep his eyes closed. But it's extremely difficult. Everything in his body is shivering. He cannot control himself. So now it's not attraction only for others. Now it's recreation. So, but Radhika, she's going very close to that wonderful yogi sitting there, and she starts speaking. And says, "Oh, he's very beautiful, this yogi. Actually, just the mood of this yogi remembers me of someone. Oh, how much the parents of this yogi, how much they have cried when this yogi left the world, when he renounced everything. He must have cried. They must have cried so much. It's so, so beautiful. So, but this was the moment. Krishna's dharyata, Krishna's possibility to be a yogi, to control himself, exploded completely. And at that very moment, he cannot even hold his disguise. And what happens? Krishna is just appearing as Shyam Sundar. And all the Sakhis and all the Manjaris, they laugh so much. Oh, he is here. What to speak of Shrimati Radhika? Everything that is done in Vrindavan is mainly for the recreation of Shrimati Radhika. So Krishna, he arranges again and again to make a surprise to our Swamini. So, but once, a little more, Maharaj, one more?
Yeah, my.
Can you explain more?
No.
Huh? I'm just.
I know, I listen only.
Go on, please.
So, just a little later, Krishna got very much taste of being a yogi because he got some success there at Govardhan. Now Krishna took the vesh of a yogi and he enters Yavat. So, but he has a mantra that he's constantly singing. There's many yogis sing this mantra. It's called Alak Niranjan, Alak Niranjan. This means the supreme truth cannot be seen. no one can ever experience, can see him. So Radhika looks at that yogi. It's a little strange that at this time, this kind of yogis appear in Yavat. So she just looks at with a sidelong glance, kada karishyasi hamam kripa kataksha bhajanam. Just with a sidelong glance, she looks at Rupa Manjari. And Rupa Manjari goes to this yogi, and her mood is always very clear and very strong. So she stands like this before the yogi. And she's saying, you know, this is not the place to say Alag Niranjan. The supreme truth cannot be seen. And Rupa Manjari is saying, can you not see her? The supreme truth is directly standing there. So Krishna is slowly is just looking towards Srimati Radhika. But now Rupa Manjari is getting more strong. And she's saying, don't chant Alak Niranjan. Chant Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. And Sri Krishna just once.
Kann jemand von euch beiden schon üben? Wow. Japanese Krishna Chandra.
Es kommen gerade ein paar japanische Devotees. Radhe, Radhe.
So he want to have no darshan and blessing.
Thank I share with you. I'm practicing.
I'm so glad.
And now doing Rema Prasada Seva. So I'm sorry. I'm storing that.
Yeah.
Shamarasa today,
Shamarasa.
her birthday. So we want to distribute the pizza. So if we could stay a little longer,
Yeah, sure.
you know.
Sure, we'll stay after. 100%. Radhe.
Which time is this, pizza? Timing?
I'm to ask Kishori. Kishori, ピザのタイミングをして。時間。So she also, she came, Mayumi. Now she came first time
In Vrindavan.
Vrindavan. Now, so much inspired.
ありがとうございます。愛してます。
I love you.
I love you also. First time seen, but more close than all relatives in this world ever. Can you translate? First time seen, but more close than all relatives ever in this world.
最初にお会いしてるんですけど、世界中の親戚に会ってるから。So 7:30 来るで、
Yes. Huh? Okay. There will be festival 7:30.
Oh, that's all Prasada is this. That's wedding for you.
Radhe, Radhe. So the mood of that what we speak, recreation, a festival, this is happening in this room all the time, Maharaj, huh? The surprise are coming in.
I'm a gatekeeper. Small touching gate.
Yes. I was here when this room was still garage. And we lived here together in the garage. So,
Come back again.
yes. So, Krishna is now in this very little room in Yavat. And Rupa Manjari is telling, you should not say, Alak Niranjan, the supreme truth cannot be seen. Can you not see? Right there she is. Krishna slowly looking towards Swamini. And then Rupa Manjari becomes more strong and she says, stop chanting that mantra. Now, this is really one time Krishna gets initiation by Rupa Manjari. And what is the mantra? Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Radhe, Radhe, Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe, Radhe.
But Krishna cannot say so many mantras. Just one name. And Krishna falls down right there. But then he gets up and he still tries to hold his disguise. Krishna is expert in so many disguises. He's still trying to hold this wonderful disguise. So what's happening? Krishna starts speaking now very badly about Shyam Sundar, about Krishna, about himself. He says, you know, I'm a perfect yogi and I'm born on the same day like Shyam Sundar. But what happened to Shyam Sundar? He just became a thief. He became useless. You know, nothing happened. But I became a very great yogi. I became self-controlled. So this was the moment when Srimati Radhika, she cannot tolerate. This is like Prem Samput of Vishwanacharya Thakur. When Krishna is in a disguise and he starts speaking badly about himself, Radhika cannot tolerate. Immediately she jumps up and said, you such a useless yogi. You don't know my Shyam Sundar. And Krishna himself, with his ears, he hears the praise of Krishna from the mouth of Radhika.
Yeah.
And to hear this extreme love that is coming out of Radhika's heart, really, this gives an explosion. And this became one of the main reasons. Krishna cannot just have this very moment. He wants this moment expanded forever. And what is this moment expanded forever? This is called Gaur Leela. Because in Gaur Leela, he can really experience slowly, what is this extreme deep love of Srimati Radhika. So this is called what Sudevi was reading. Bhakti devotional service in essence means Leela Ras.
Maharaj, you explain.
Yeah, Sudevi. Yeah, read Sudevi.
Yes,
Wow.
I will repeat. I would like to read the verse again.
Yeah.
And then, oh, so Mukhi, fair-faced girl, when will I have goose pimples of ecstasy all over my body as I fan you in a temple that gives bliss to Cupid, where you enjoy ever so sweet talks with your lover, your cheeks blossoming with a smile as you lie on a playbed made of malaki flowers. The notes. Devotional service coincides with relishing the Leela Rasa, as it did in the descriptions of Leela Shukha. Sweet pastimes burst out of each and every verse of his Krishna Kanamrita, showing
Leche azúcar, lo de azúcar.
Leela Sukha,
Azúcar y leche.
Who is talking?
Leche azúcar.
showing how expert he was in relishing this sweetness, without being transcendentally cognizant. This cannot be understood. The example of this is Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Saranga Rangada commentary on Krishna Kanamrita.
Yeah.
Once Swarup Avesh will come automatically by regularly reciting Sri Vilapa Kusumanjali. One Swarup Avesh will come automatically by regularly reciting Sri Vilapa Kusumanjali. One feels like being right there with Swamini. These are very powerful words that are revealing Radharani. There is only descriptions here of sweetness, of Madhurya. There is not even a wish of Aishwarya here, of lordliness, unrivaled loveliness or beauty of forms, beauty of qualities, beauty of pastimes is called Madhurya, sweetness. Gaudiya Vaishnava Upasana is Madhurya. The truth of Madhurya is inscrutable, and it cannot be experienced without associating with Madhurya devotees and without attaining the favor of the Lord, His blessing. We attain the Lord's blessing, and then we will relish this sweetness. Gurudev, what does mean Gaudiya Vaishnava Upasana? What does it really mean?
Rasa vichar, only raga, sweetness, no tattva vichar, rasa vichar. Rasa is giving sweetness, and this is the bhava, and Radhika is mahabhava, right? So when there is no feeling to me, how I can reach to the highest feeling? And when the feeling is there, then rasa is there. Rasa Vaisa is a Krishna. When the words come rasa, is a Krishna only. He is a Raso Vaisa, Rasik Sekhar. So when the words come of juicy, words of juice or rasa, that is Krishna only. So without rasa, there is no feeling, and without feeling, there is no rasa. You see that? That is Chaitanya. He is the gold is the feeling of Krishna in Chaitanya. Krishna becomes subject and feeling become object. Radhika become object. I never see before. We all practicing about the God is object and we are the subject. But in Chaitanya, Krishna himself becomes subject and he is telling Radhika is the object today. The feeling is the object. This is the mercy. And I don't know this. I was not reading. I was in Europe. Chandra called me and he said, can you listen Adi Leela 4 canto? I said, no. Can you try to understand and read that? I said, okay. And I tried to understand, but still I don't understand. And actually, still I don't want to go more further than Adi Leela 4 canto. Because so juicy, I only know, before I understand, that is Krishna is the subject and Radhika is the object, is a deep meaning. Radha Krishna without no pastime is happening. So Radha Krishna is there in Chaitanya. But what is this subject? Krishna become also one thing more. He become Manjari also in this. That is my realization. Krishna himself become Manjari. So why Mahaprabhu is Bhaktavatar? Because Krishna is relishing Manjari Bhav with the Radhika. This realization come to me. Maybe I am wrong, but this realize. So Mahaprabhu himself realized Manjari Bhav, that is Unnat Ujjwal Rasa. Ujjwal Rasa was there before, like Haridas Sampradaya, Nimmarga, Vallabha Sampradaya. And I am living in Vrindavan. I study all these books and I go deep in that. Is all Ujjwal rasa is there, very Ujjwal rasa. But there is only up to Sahchari Bhav or Sakhi Bhav. Mahaprabhu gave a special gift to us. And this I know because of Krishna Chandra. He is my elder brother. He recommended me to do that. That Krishna himself in Gauranga practicing Manjari Bhav to develop, he took the mood, this is the word in Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. He took the mood. What is the taking mood? When somebody comes to me and he want to follow me, I want to follow my Gurudev, I took the mood of my Gurudev. What I am doing, I doing the thing what Gurudev give me the mood. That I do. This is the mood. Means Krishna will become a student of Radhika. And there is once that I am the teacher. How you say to dance, I dance it.
Radhikara Prema Guru Ami Shishyanat.
Ami Shishya Nata. I mean, like a Nata is a small boy. You make me to dance, I dance it. Why this? Because I have become your dasi, your servant. Because I want to relish the highest taste of your feeling and love. And it's not possible as a lover to feel it. Because when I want to feel as a lover, I become mad. I become crazy. I become more excited I lose my all senses. And but Manjari, she never lose any senses. So I want to take the practice of Manjari Bhav because I want to know your all feeling. This is the mercy of my elder brother. And he start this subject, and this subject comes, I share you. So, Bhava give rasa, and rasa give bhava. And when the rasa and bhava is there, that is ananda, when they are together. So you see, Radha, Krishna, Ek Atma, though they took the two body,
Ek hai Swarup.
Ek hi Swarup, Ek Atma, though they dhari, to feel the missing each other. So they meeting and the missing. Why? Because they are missing always. Because soul is missing. Atma is missing. Krishna is the Atma of Radhika. And Krishna Atma is Radhika. So they always missing each other. Sri Radha. So Ananda, we need Ananda. And this Ananda can be permanent when we fix in Radhika. Then we receive this Dasi Bhav to be always with Radha and Krishna. She is never alone. This is the Mahaprabhu gift, Radha.
As soon as a devotee experiences Madhurya,
you see, devotee experience Madhurya. How they will experience the Madhurya? Like a Radha or like a Krishna? No, like a Manjari. I don't want to take your position. Even Krishna don't want to take the Radha position. He become Dasi to relish that taste. Right?
Yes. And what happened then is that the devotee loses the taste for Krishna's Svarup, that Krishna is the supreme, that Krishna is the creator, that Krishna is transcendental, and the evidence of all these facts. And he loses the taste for his Aishwarya, for his lordliness. The compilations Stava Mala of Rupa Goswami and Stava Vali of Raghunath Das Goswami are describing the sweetness of the divine pair. Something can be understood of what is Radharani by reciting Sri Radha's 108 names and the prema Premam Bocha, Marandakya Stavaraj from Stavavali. That we can understand something of Sri Radhika. It is as if Sri Raghunath flows on the waves of the sweetness of the Yugala Kishore, both in separation and in union. He relishes the stream of the amazing sweetness of their forms, the amazing sweetness of their qualities, and the amazing sweetness of their pastimes. Now, a transcendental vision comes to him and he says, I have made a bed of malaki flowers within the Madana Sukada Kunj, where you are having
Yeah.
there, in this kunj, you are having an ever so sweet conversation with your lover. I see that your cheeks are blossoming. I will serve you by fanning you, while my hairs are standing on end of ecstasy. Won't I fan Shyamasundra then? No. She fans Swamini in such a way that her sweet fragrance reach Shyam's nostril as her prasad. That will make Shyam feel happy and satisfied. Madhusudana feels his life is successful when he catches even the slightest breeze that has touched the tip of Sri Radhika's veil. That was a verse of Radharasa Sudhanidhi.
Yeah.
Madhusudana feels his life is successful when he catches even the slightest breeze that has touched the tip of Sri Radha's veil.
Beginning Krishna Candra explains.
This verse I was quoting.
Yes, so nice.
Yeah.
How wonderful is the expertise of this service to fan in this way that the fragrance of Swamini reaches Madhusudana's nostrils. The manjaris of the kunja are the teachers, the gurus of the service of the Yugala Kishore. The aspirant devotee must learn the expert service in the grooves of Raj from the eternally perfect kinkaris like Tulsi. One of the qualities of Sri Radha that Srila Rupa Goswami enunciated is Gandon Madita Madhava. Her fragrance intoxicates Madhava. Tulsi thinks, can I neglect the lover of my Swamini? I will make them both float in oceans of bliss. Swamini is the leader in this intimate joking conversation, and enchanted Krishna is the attendant. How submissively he inquires from her. He cannot get enough of her nectarian words. He feels as if they don't even touch his earlobes, although he drinks their nectar at every moment. Again and again he asks her what she said to him. He drank the nectar of her word constantly, but still it did not touch the path of my ears. How submissively Shyam keeps on inquiring. Swamini accepts him as her prana-lover, heart's lover, and has an ever so sweet talk with him. Swamini sweetly smiles while she says, there is nothing that I will not give you. there is nothing that I will not give you.
Ah, there is no travel.
Radhe.
Radhe, that's the point.
Dora Sundar wants to share.
Radhe,
Beautiful.
Radhe, Radhe Shyam.
Radhe, there is nothing I will not give you. This is actually Manjari Bhav. The Manjari has this bhav towards Radhika. Radhika has this bhav towards Krishna. There is nothing I will not give to you. Everything I give to you. This is bhav. This is a service. Everything I give to you. She is Swamini giving to Mohan, and we giving to Swamini. This is the beauty, isn't it?
Swamini give to Mohan.
Right.
And we give to Swamini.
We give Swamini. But she is the origin in that bhav. We get it from her, but she is it.
Wow.
We come close to her, so we get it from her. But she is the origin. She is the first Manjari in that case. We get everything from her.
Swami is the leader in this intimate joke and conversation. And enchanted Krishna is the attendant. She is the leader. You have to learn from her. She is the guru.
What? Again? Read.
Swamini is the leader in this intimate joke and conversation. And enchanted Krishna is the attendant. He receives it.
Yeah.
It's very sweet. Even Vishwanatharya Thakur, as Valika Manjari, he's singing Yatraiva Krishna Vrishabhanu Putra Danam Grihitum Kalaham Vitene. Like the verse we're just reading in Vilapa Kusumanjali, he says, I want to sit near Giriraj and I want to hear in my eternal form the wonderful conversations between Shama Sham, like there in the Kunjas. Sometimes it's kala. It's little, it sounds like quarreling, but actually it's just the overspilling of divine love. And in Stavavali, this was just quoted, our Raghunath Goswami, he has a prayer of longing. He says, I will be right there in Madan Sukhada Kunj. And the divine couple are sitting together. And I could not feel more bliss than to bring them together here. There couldn't be a greater festival. But then something happens. Radhika looks at the Shyamantaka jewel of Shyam Sundar. And she sees her own reflection in the Shyamantaka jewel. So in the jewel of Krishna's heart. So she shivers and she thinks, oh, Krishna now is embracing a very beautiful gopi. She is extremely beautiful. So maybe I'm quite useless. But Krishna is looking at Radhika very closely. And his own reflection is in Radhika's jewel. And he thinks, oh, Radhika already embraces someone very, very beautiful. So both, and this is called a hetu man, without a cause, both get little in man, and they turn their faces away, and they sit like back to each other in the kunja. It's a very tragic situation. But everyone, Radhika and Shyam Sundar, immediately recognized their mistake. It was not someone else. And actually, I want to turn and I want to see them. Radhika and Shyam, they think like this. But Radhika thinks he should be first. And Krishna says, no, I will not do. She should be first. So it's a very tragic situation. And our Tulsi Manjari, she's coming to the scene and looking at Krishna. And then speaking suddenly to Krishna in a very loud voice, that, hey, Shyam Sundar, why are you blinking your eyes towards me? I'm completely sold out to Swamini, and you cannot engage me in making her soft. Radhika is in man now. and she will be like this. You cannot force me. So after this verse of Tulsi Manjari, both Radha and Krishna start to laugh very much. And Radhika said, "Oh, Shyam Sundar, you reacted first. Why did you blink?" And Krishna said, No, I didn't blink my eyes. And Radhika, with very great love, she's looking at Tulsi Manjari. Now, actually, she said a lie. But in the seva of her, we can even transgress everything. Like even Govinda, the servant of Mahaprabhu, he stepped over Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just to give him a massage. So in the seva, we are ready to transgress everything. So Radhika, with such great love, is just looking at Tulsi Manjari. She could rearrange that wonderful scene in the Kunj. And in that moment, Radhika feels a happiness that is such incredible that even in Prem Vaitshitya, Radhika feels separation while being in the association of Krishna. But when Prem goes little higher, Prema Vivarta, even when in separation, Radhika feels so much close. But now in the Kunj, after this moment, Radhika's love is so extremely full. Like Maharaj said, she's Mahabhava Swarup. And Mahabhav is described and defined by Srila Rupa Goswami in Ujjvala Nilamani.
Nilamani.
Yes, in Ujjvala, she said, Rupa Goswami, he's saying, what Radhika is feeling now is if you would take all the pain of all the jivas from all planets and all universes in all times, if you put this together, this would not be 2 drops of the ocean of Radhika's heart, what she's experiencing now. This is such an intense mood, and that's why what is this mood in Shrimati Radhika makes Jagat Gopan Karchita. It makes the whole universe shake just whenever she feels something. Just sometimes we are so dull that we will not be influenced by these extreme waves that come out of Shrimati Radhika's heart. So these are the wonderful, wonderful conversations that Rupa Raghunathas Goswami is quoting in this verse. I want to be there and I want to hear these wonderful conversations. Continue.
Why he is able to relish this, Krishna Chanda? Why he is able to relish this? Because his Tulsi, Raghunathas, he is able to relish this because his bhav is fixed. He knows who he is. He can feel Radhika through the bhav he got from her. This is the magic in that. As long as we are not fixed our bhav, we cannot relish. First need to fix the bhav. And that moment we fix the bhav, we can relish these feelings, isn't it? So he fixed his bhav. He can relish. So
and
this is...
by the extreme seva vritti, she has towards Shrimati Radhika, Hore More Atmasat. Suddenly there is a union between Radhika's heart and what is by the one-pointed servant of her. So this is the mystery of everything in bhakti. It's like an extreme seva vritti, and suddenly by this seva vritti, everything that is in their heart suddenly enters in our heart, and it will be much too much to get a glimpse. Sometimes we are overwhelmed with our own little emotions in this world. What to speak? If we would get a glimpse of that, what Radhika is feeling, this means million times more than all beings in this world have ever experienced in all 14 planets in all times.
My
It's
God.
very overwhelming. So this is
That's
attainable by Seva Vritti.
now you explain Mahabhav. That's Mahabhav. Mahabhav. One Bhav is one soul, but Mahabhav is Radhika. She can feel everybody. What you explain is amazing, Krishna Chand. It's so, wow. It's something what is not possible to explain. These feelings of Radhika. Beautiful. Wow.
Read more. So Devi, go on.
Yes. Krishna Chandra, thank you very much. You explained the next, what is following. So,
More subject.
Swamini sweetly smiles while she says, "There is nothing I will not give you."
Ah.
Because of this sweet smile, she is called Sumukhi, fair-faced girl, in this verse. The beauty of her face should be seen. Swamini says, "I don't have a beautiful face." Who relishes the beauty of your face has a Sumukhi, a beauty. So, sorry, it's too complicated. Swamini says, "I don't have a beautiful face." She who relishes the beauty of your face has a Sumukhi, a beautiful face. I don't have a beautiful face. Only she who relishes the beauty of your face, that is the one who has a Sumukhi, a beautiful face. This loving conversation takes a form. It takes a form, this conversation. It does not float on the surface, but it enters Shyam's heart. I see this sweet conversation in the same way as I hear it. The conversation crystallizes. The conversation gets a form. It is in the same way hearing and seeing. So many bhavs become manifest on the bhava vigraha. Sri Radhika, the embodiment of ecstatic love. Swamini says, "Shyama, how beautiful you are." The words that come from her mouth are seen on all of her limbs also. She says, "Shyam, how beautiful you are." And these words that come from her mouth are seen on all of her limbs also. You are really my lover. Oh, dearest one, I cannot live without you. Swamini says with faltering voice, "Oh, my Pranata, what shall I do? Without you, my mind is so upset. Who knows who you are now? Who knows how you are now? When my eyes don't see you, my eyes are filled with tears. And when my mind remembers you, I faint while keeping my eyes closed. When I hear about you, I cannot think of anyone else anymore. I cannot forget you for even half a moment. And even when I sleep, I dream about you. When I wake up, I go out of my mind and I cry out your name. This Raya Vashanta consoles Radha, but she cannot stay calm for even a moment. Sometimes she hugs herself against Shyam. Sometimes she pulls him on her lap and whispers sweet words into his ears. When Tulsi sees How beautiful she is then, when she has pulled Shyam on her lap and whispers sweet words into his ears. Then Tulsi calls her Sumukhi. Some feelings are expressed by colliding with the beloved, and the rest is expressed through smiles and laughter. Shyam asks, "Shall I tell Lalita what you have done just now?" Swamini stutters, so Shyam consoles her by saying, No, Swamini, I won't say anything. Radhika and Shyam begin to perspire. So Tulsi starts fanning them with a whisk made of wine buds, thinking, I will give Shyam the touch of your breasts by fanning the scent of your breast his way. Those breasts do not want this breeze, they want pleasure. I will give Shyam touch of your breasts by fanning in this way, and I will give you also the touch of Shyam's chest. Shyam becomes intoxicated by that fragrance, and Tulsi, seeing her service is successful, gets goose pimples of ecstasy on her skin, all over her body. The aspirants should also become invigorated like this. When his service is successful, he is happy. And when the devotee is deprived of devotional service, the devotee is unhappy. Devotional service helps one forget one's own interest. Devotional service helps one to forget one's own interests. During the Gambhira pastimes, Srila Govinda Das, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's personal servant, committed a grave offense by stepping over the Lord as he slept, but he did it just to serve the Lord, and therefore the Lord did not count this offense at all. Like a bumblebee, Shyam relishes the honey from Swamini's lotus-like mouth. How many ages are passing during this conversation? When this vision disappears, Srila Raghunath prays in a temple, in a kunj that gives joy to Cupid, and where the male and the female bees are humming. The youthful couple, Shyam and Gauri, are blissfully sitting on a jasmine bed with their effulgent forms. Their forms are immersed in rasa as they speak rasika words to each other. These words are like the highest nectar that causes their lake-like cheeks to swell. O Princess Radhe, O girl who enjoys in the forests and the groves, when I see this, my cheeks are studded with goose pimples of ecstasy. When will tears of love stream from my eyes as I sing the glories of the both of you, and I blissfully fan you with the whisk. Thus ended the commentary of this beautiful verse 81. O Sumukhi, fair-faced girl, when will I have goose pimples of ecstasy all over my body as I fan you in a temple that gives bliss to Cupid, where you enjoy ever so sweet talks with your lover, your cheeks blossoming with a smile as you lie on a play bed made of malaki flowers.
I feel.
No,
Yeah, I know. You want to share.
this time I'm little squeezing out.
Time 45.
Yeah, maybe
Then Maharaj will conclude everything.
today I don't know Gurudev, maybe Krishna Chandra. Today I'm little bit, taking care like a Japanese devotee. My mind is little spacing out Gurudev.
Yeah.
So I have one.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah.
We read something very beautiful that just by listening this pastimes, just by listening the words of Raghunath Das Goswami again and again in this Vilapa Kusumanjali, all realization will come. Everything will just appear inside of us by listening again and again. So I'm thinking this is the mercy that we receive. And in the morning we discuss something about the Nitya Siddhas, eternally perfected associates, Sadhan Siddhas, souls that get perfection by doing sadhana, and Kripa Siddhas, that is us getting perfection only by mercy, not by our own endeavor, not by the strength of our sadhana, only by mercy. And we also read in the end of Vilapa Kusumanjali today that Gaura Lila is also eternal. And Gurudev explained that eternal means it was, it is, and it will be. So it means that Gaura Lila is happening now. And I want to ask Krishna Chandra how he sees that we are all part of the Gaura Lila. That's still expanding. That is not just happening 500 years ago, it's happening now. The mercy flowing now to us. Eternally, we are invited to take the gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And I want to ask Krishna Chandra to share how he see the mercy flowing now in this moment to all of us.
Thank you, dear friend. We know the essence of Gaur Lila is Krishna's attempt, which will be eternally unsuccessful, to relish Radhika's personality, Radhika's moods, Radhika's heart. But because Radhika's heart and her love is unlimited and will ever explode and ever increase, Krishna, who is Dhir Lalit Nayak, the great expert in relishing, but he can never come to an end. That's why Gaur Lila is eternal, because Radhika's moods and her heart has never an end. So this is the main reason why Gaur Lila is eternal. And Krishna, at one point, he feels so more and more indebted, because the more love you get, the more thankful you become. So Krishna becomes more and more immersed in Radhika's love. He gets more thankful and he wants to give Guru Dakshina. So this means I want to increase, I want to give something to Radhika, but she has so many persons. But maybe I can collect some flowers in this world. And when we say in Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam, oh, I give a flower, this means a heart. So Krishna thinks, I want to give some flowers as a Guru Dakshina to Srimati Radhika. So he collects and he has a Leela to expand very great love to this world. And he collects persons. Maybe they were not qualified. Maybe our history didn't make us really sukritivan, able to enter these deep realms of bhakti. But because Krishna has such an intense thankfulness in his heart. He wants to collect flowers to the seva of Srimati Radhika. And like every guru, he takes a person and there may be some disqualification in it. He makes like this, just blows it away and gives this soul further to the parampara. And now suddenly becomes a very pure person. Offering becomes pure because Sri Guru is Bhavagrahi Janardhan. He is the essence seeker. So suddenly we come in touch with Gauranga. And surely we are unqualified for these deepest depths. But because Krishna is on a mission of collecting flowers, somehow we got in touch. And suddenly, Gaura's mercy, because he wants to repay his debt towards Srimati Radhika. And what is the best way? Oh, to offer her some servants, some manjaris. So he's on a mission to collect us. This is one aspect. And another aspect is one other symptom of Srimati Radhika's Mahabhav is called Yavad Ashraya Vritti. This is something extremely, extremely deep. Wherever Srimati Radhika goes, her moods are so intense, it like shakes the whole surrounding, are impregnated with her own bath. This means when Radhika has separation in the forest of Vrindavan, all the grass gets yellow. All the trees leave all their leaves. They cannot carry because Radhika's moods are so intense. And one aspect of her love is Yavada Shrivriti. It shines and impregnates the whole surrounding. So now Gauranga, who learned so much about Radhika's love, first by taking initiation, then taking sannyas. Sannyas is just entering Radhika's moods, because every night when Radhika is running in the forest, this is sannyas. She can never ever look back. So a sannyasi means I never look back. Why did Gauranga take sannyas? Just to enter the shoes of Srimati Radhika's moods. Because Radhika has that mood. So slowly, then it looks like, Mahaprabhu is instructing Rupa and Sanatan Goswami in Varanasi and Prayag, but actually it's the other way around. Our Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is going in the school of Rupa Manjari and Labhanga Manjari. And externally it looks like he instructing, but actually he gets so much of their moods. So then finally Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, lands in Jagannath Puri in Gambhira. And there Gadadhar, our Srimati Radhika, out of compassion, opens her heart and speaks so much katha. Now Mahaprabhu is impregnated by the katha. This means the mood. Katha is not a talk. Katha is a sharing of a mood. Now Krishna, in the form of Gauranga, is full of Gauranga's mood, and also this Yavad Ashraya Vritti, this infesting. Also we are angesteckt. We are infected. Yeah, this is the word. We are infected by this prem, because in Mahaprabhu's heart is this Yavad Ashraya Vritti working, and wherever he goes, it shines over. And that's why Maharaj said in the beginning, the real gift of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Unuchvala Rasa Svabhakti Shriyam. It's that moon, and it's just an overflow of Radhika's heart. And because Krishna went so deeply in the school of Srimati Radhika, now suddenly this mood is in him also. And suddenly we get connected. And we cannot really say that what we do now, this is Gaur Leela. It's a little expansion because some mercy is distributed. But there is an eternal Gaur Leela, an eternal Navadvip. And there we're in the same way, we cannot say we are in Braj Leela, but we are just focusing and meditating, and that's why we are a little part of. So we are just in a very exciting moment. And today we was reading, many ages were passing, many thousands of yugas passed. But now we are on the age of jumping, to let ourselves go, to enter in this extreme, valuable, deepest seva we can do. And the deepest seva is always absorption. Maybe just for ending, there is one very beautiful 6:30. Oh, we have time. Huh? Maharaj, maybe you want to
No, I was listening. Ask them. Today I'm never talked. I talk.
Always.
Always I'm talking.
Only
I'm
now
listening
listening.
or what? I'm always listening.
Now listening.
Now
Now
listening.
Sadhumara is listening.
Always I listen.
Maybe just one more little thought. This is again our Rupa Goswami describing in Stavavali. Once Shyam Sundar is in the forest alone, and he falls asleep. Somewhere alone in the forest, it's afternoon. It was little. He went away from the sakas, from all his cowherd friends. Now he falls asleep. And we know Pakurji's sleep is never sleep. It's absorption. So, but he's really deep asleep. He's deep there. So Rupa Manjari passes by. Oh, he's sleeping. Let me steal his flute. Let me steal his mukut, his flower crown. Let me steal his peacock feather. So he steals everything and brings into the kunja of Srimati Radhika. She is very happy because when prema is extremely high, you don't need even the personal association. You just need something of him. Sometimes we here in this world, maybe we don't have Radha Mohan's always direct association, but we eat some prasad.
Yeah.
This is something from them. Purna pulindi urugaya padapcharaga sikunkumena daitastana manditena. And we feel like a deep embrace. So, but Krishna, he wakes up and he's very shocked. My mobile is not here. The deepest. How can I call the gopis? How can I ever communicate? This is my flute, my dearest friend. And if this is missing, and he looks like my mukut is not here, my peacock feather is not here. And Krishna, he's so desperate, he goes to Brinda Devi. And Brinda Devi decorates Krishna as a very beautiful Sakhi. So as this Sakhi, Krishna enters in this kunja of Srimati Radhika. Radhika asked this very beautiful girl, what is your pain? Says, oh, I miss Krishna so much. Krishna is saying, I have seen him once, but now I miss him so much. I don't know what I should do. And Srimati Radhika, she is Karunamayi. Everything, every pore of her existence is Karuna. So she thinks, I want to maybe help this Sakhi. So she takes the flute. She has a flute. So she takes the mukut of Krishna. She takes the peacock feather. She wants to give this Sakhi, and she has separation of Krishna. So maybe I can help her a little by giving her a little darshan of Krishna. So, but suddenly Krishna starts speaking, oh, this is my, it's my flute. This is my mukut. How it came, and everyone was laughing very much. But Srimati Radhika, really at that moment, she got a taste. Oh, I want to serve Krishna in going deeper. I want to help him. I want to increase his love also. So at that very moment in Radhika's heart, a very great desire. Oh, I could help Krishna now a little by showing him Krishna Swarup, by showing him the flute and the mukut. Maybe I can help him more. And this is when Radhika has this very mood in her heart, she becomes Gadadhar. Because Gadadhar is really the intense mood in Radhika's heart to help Shyam Sundar to get deeper love. And we know this from Ras Leela. Why did Srimati Radhika disappear from Ras Leela? Krishna was so desperate. He was just looking. But all the millions and millions of gopis, they could see, oh, Srimati Radhika is so much loved by Krishna. Krishna forgets millions of us just for Srimati Radhika. So by suddenly in the hearts of millions of gopis, their appreciation for Srimati Radhika increased. And because their love for Srimati and appreciation for Radhika increased, their love increased. And this was the only reason why Srimati Radhika made this. Because now when the upgrade of love was there, exchange in Ras Leela will be much more. Now it's be upgraded by her very own heart. This is Ras Leela.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Wow. Wow. You are telling so nice. We are so lucky that we are get today mercy of my brother. We are so fortunate. I feel myself very fortunate to know him, to get the blessing from him, to love of him. I cannot forget this. As many things I learned from Krishna Chandra in my life. How to give love, how to care others, how to make happy to others. When anyone see Krishna Chandra, automatic happiness coming in the heart. All his problem is gone, and he relaxed by looking to him. You know, the scriptures say, when you see and you become free from all mercy and relaxation from material things, and you become happy and come in the feelings, is all coming at a one time. That is Mahajan. That darshan is Mahajan darshan. This only I can say is a very fortunate day when the Mahajans come close to us and bless to us. Radhe.
Radhe. Tears of joy coming, Gurudev.
Yeah. Anyone who would want to be close with him, ask question. He's ready to answer in English, German, any language you ask. Please get this chance. We have half an hour more. We can 1 hour, we can extend more. Please.
Radhe Radhe.
Yeah.
Gurudev Krishna Chandra, I have one question to Krishna Chandra.
Yeah.
I'm reading your book, Radha Kripa Kadaksha. It's in German language and it's a book about Radha Kripa Kadaksha. Every verse, you translate this, you explain this, and there are so sweet leelas. It's pure nectar. I cannot stop reading. How how can you do this? What came that you were able to give us such a nectar? Krishna Chanta, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe. You know, Suniti, I brought you the book. I thought you were here.
We were reading this for 3 days. We were reading 3 days for 1 hour.
I have your book, you see. I'm reading.
Yeah.
I'm listening from me. It's so beautiful book.
Yeah. No, Seshwari, oh Radhe, you know, just seeing you all my friends, you know, just being here, it's like overflowing with each and every bhakta. We have an experience more than and much deeper than marriage because we experience something on the path and it's very natural. Just that I can answer your question by one gesture. This is like this. I think this is normal. The more we take shelter from the very heart, then slowly, slowly, what we read becomes very alive. And what we hear becomes not just an information, but a transformation. And then it becomes like so tangible. And at one point, one can just sit and write some things also, but it's not writing and it's not reflecting. It's the overflowing of thankfulness from all the gifts.
Yeah. This is mercy. This is mercy, right? Gift what we receive from the Mahajans, saintly soul, realized soul, is mercy. That day is a fortunate day. The moment is fortunate when it happens in our life.
Jai Gurudev. This is like for a long time we've been searching for really, really like-minded friends for our family. Sometimes I was thinking this is my family and that is my family. Like is now it's like coming home. Thank you. This was little Mukunda.
Yeah, oh Mukundaji, you are great soul. Thank you, my dear. I remember one past time in my life. I read one book of Narayan Maharaj, and he mentioned about what is the book, Suniti, that book you are reading for me?
It's one of the verses of Venugit.
Venugit. It was Nitya Siddha and Sadhan Siddha, right?
Right.
Huh? After that, I listen about Kripa Siddha also. So this question was in my mind, and I am asking, why not you write any line, any comments on that, Gurudev? Why not you mention this? Anything? It's very confusing to me. Maybe I listened wrong about Kripa Siddha, and this was question from long time, is not a 1 year, 2 year, when many days is going on and on. I was lying in my basement room. It was afternoon time, and I was after prasad relaxing. I don't know. I also bhajan and relaxing. Then I see he appeared. He said, "Hey, foolish, you don't understand what is meaning of Nitya Kripa Siddha. I can explain about Nitya Siddha. I can explain about Sadhan Siddha. How I can explain in one paragraph, one chapter, or one book about Kripa Siddha? How? Is it possible? You're totally foolish up to now. The whole scripture is mentioning about Kripa Siddha. Whole scripture. How I can conclude in one? You have to find it out here. And I said, Jai Gurudev, you give mercy to me. And really, I feel it. Every scripture, every line is explained about how the mercy is coming in. After his kripa, is very crystal clear to me. After that, I can see it. Really.
Well, I want to share something very beautifully. Many, many years back, I lived in Mungamandir also, and we went together, and we went to rickshaw, and we went to Mathura, to Narayan Maharaj, Keshevji Gaudiya Math. You remember? It was a very simple rickshaw, and it was loud and difficult to get there. Then we walked. When we went to the class, and our dear Sadhu Maharaj, he was in front, and Narayan Maharaj was so happy just to see him. And at the end of the class, and he spoke about Kripa Siddha in that class. And then he went up and he went to you and embraced you very tightly. It was such a beautiful moment.
I can see this. He can mercy. It's all mercy, I'm telling you. And this is the reality. There is no sadhana. It is only mercy, life change. I am the biggest rascal in this world. And by my Radha, Sri Sri Radha Govinda Babaji, in one day he changed my life. I took the Diksha, and after that, I'm a different person. I see he took my body and put it in the front of Radha. After that, I feel that he gave me one servant to serve to Radha Mohan. And from that moment, my all material attachment finished. And I took this responsibility because he gave me. And in 1 month, he gave this mercy also that he gave my Siddha Deha. And that makes me so helpful. There's nothing more than that I can say. If I want to escape, I cannot. I was failed in escaping from material things. Many desire, many time, many things happening. Outside changing is no change if inside not change. But mercy of this Sarup always it balanced me. Now time is over, 80s. I pass 80s. All is grace period now for me. Only keep mercy like you are giving me always. Moment mercy is the mercy. We have to accept it. Jananda Maharaj. No, we have to interpret it. You are very much helping and teaching.
No. So today we have a very, very dear our Krishna Chandra say, Prabhu and also Maharaj. Like, he's like full of mercy. In this room, how many devotee is connected with Krishna Chandra Prabhu? Or in this Zoom?
Most of them.
Huh?
Most of them.
Yeah. Almost.
And all the devotees
Yeah.
who become devotee because of it.
Yeah. Oh, you know.
Outside here.
Yes.
Krishna Chandra made my first tilak.
No.
Also here.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
So, like, especially European devotee, somehow come from Europe or Switzerland. Many devotee gets the mercy of Krishna Chandra Prabhu. By the mercy of Krishna Chandra Prabhu, we may become devotees. I'm always seek his association and his merciful glimpse. Every time I learn, and I need your help. I need your kripa.
I need you.
So actually, devotees association is so wonderful. Even Rabamatra Sadhu Sangha. Sarva Siddhi hoye. Sadhu Sangha, Sangha, Sarva Siddhi hoye. Rabamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi hoye. So Rabamatra is like a, say, Rabamatra is very, 1:11 second. Very, very short. Just to say, just seeing his eye, or just to her, or his fragrance, or touch, we feel, get mercy. And the devotee has so much mercy. And Gurudev Sadhu Maharaj always say, we have to meet Sadhu. And because Sadhu give mercy through eyes.
I send you to a prem provision class, right?
Yes.
I said, go, listen, right?
Yes, and we went to, here, this,
Bindana.
yes, Brajanatha Prabhu's place.
Achyutalal Bhattaji, we went
Bhattaji.
last week.
So, because we have some long relationship, even though, sometimes we may have different experience, or maybe have different realizations, or maybe have different sadhus, but we are always connected. And seeing sadhu, associating sadhu is always nice, because sadhu is, I feel, like a kalpa vriksha. Like we say, some devotee chant every day, Mancha Karpata Rubhyasya. Kripa Sindhuva Evacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo. Vaishnavebhyo Namyo Namaha. So, Krishna Chandra is like Kalpa Vriksha. Sadhu Maharaj also Kalpa Vriksha. And he is always, and all devotees actually Kalpa Vriksha. Because.
Man, I gatekeeper.
But Vrindavan's, Vrindavan's gatekeeper is so nice. I remember one story, sorry. One day, Jagannath Das Maharaj was asking, I need roti from this sweeper. And then servant was thinking, Maharaj, he's Shudra. How can he eat from Shudra's hand? Do you think he's Shudra? He's every day sweeping the dust of Vrindavan. He's always drying in the dust, bathing in dust. Do you understand the worth of dust? This is Srimati Radhika. Touch this Vrindavan Raj. And then many devotees, many sannyasi, and many guru accept his, his saying. So, like Vrindavan dust also very merciful, especially devotees very merciful. Because if we say to some devotee, Prabhu, I have this problem, or I need this one, especially in Vrindavan, automatically this is coming. So this Krishna Chandra Prabhu's, this Radha Kripa Kataksha was completely amazing. How can you write like this? And all truth coming from Sadhu's heart, actually. Sadhu's pure heart reflect Radhika's effulgence come from Radhika's lotus feet. So this Radhika's lotus feet, and this reflect Sadhu's heart. And this also coming from our Guru Parampara. So I really thankful to, Krishna Chandra Prabhu to come and see us and share us and bless us
I come here as a beggar. Because even when one is standing right in front of Krishna, in Bhagavatam many times, what are souls praying when they stand before Krishna? Tulalyama lavenapi nasvargam na punarbhavam Bhagavat sangi sangasya martyanam kemutashisha. We pray, oh Krishna, it's nice that you're here, but I have a request. So what do you want to request standing directly in front of the Lord? This is a question we can always have, because we are always like this at every moment when we chant. So then the bhakta is saying, I want you, it's fine that you are here, it's okay, but I want to be with your bhaktas, especially with the bhaktas of Srimati Radhika.
Yeah.
This is what I want. And suddenly we are here in Vrindavan, sitting in this room and in that room. And the deepest prayer we could ever ask are right now fulfilled. This is an amazing moment in one's life when you could not think of higher prayers. If you would stand directly before Krishna, you could not ask something that is right now in this room already happening. We are so thankful for such a moment.
So, it is say, it is very difficult to find devotee and more difficult to find Rashka devotee. So we may find devotee, someone who is like, Vaikuntha devotee, Dwaraka devotee, or Mathura devotee. But it is difficult to find Braja devotee, and especially it is so difficult to find someone who tastes Unnata Ujjwal Rasa, Bhavo Urasa Rasa. Someone who is tasting Manjari Baba or Radhika's lotus feet, Radhika's seva. So this is Rashka Vaishnava we want to find out and then try to ask question and we try to associate and serve him. That is our desire. And we always desire the devotee's mercy, especially Rashka Vaishnava mercy, because Sadhu Maharaj said, what kind of sadhana we can do? Maybe Krishna Chandra Prabhu can do, but I cannot do, So we need Kripa of Vaishnava. Sadhu Guru Vaishnava Kripa we need. So each devotee want to desire this mercy, this Kripa from Sadhu Guru Vaishnava. So today I wish to beg all of you Kripa.
Kripa. And just to what Sudevi was reading in the very beginning, she said, oh, if we hear this regularly, our Swarup will be ready. It will be coming out. It will be manifest. This was one of the first sentences. And it's very interesting, even in Srimad Bhagavatam, when Parikshit came and he had only very, very few days left. And he asked his guru, what should I do? What should a person do who is just about to die? And this is we all. We are just about to die. And Shukadev Goswami says, Hare Nam Anukirtanam. To just chant 24 hours non-stop. But no one in this assembly of kartals and mridanga, and they were not singing kirtan, but they were speaking Harikatha. And Jiva Goswami even says each and every word that is flowing of Shukadev Goswami's mouth is Radhika's glories. Because he's a servant of Srimati. He's Radha Paksha. He cannot speak about anything else. And this is very rasic, because externally he describes many avatars and many things, but internally every word is only about Srimati Radhika. So at the end, Parikshit could embrace. It was this Harikatha that established his relationship. This is what Sudevi was reading. And then Parikshit was putting everything down and just surrendered completely. And then really name can come. So this is a very beautiful moment we could just experience today. Each and every Harikatha is one of the biggest treasures in our heart because it creates our sambandha, our relationship with Swamini. And only by sambandha, Nam can flow. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Radhe Radhe.
Any question?
I have one question. You just mentioned Srimad Bhagavatam, and in the beginning of the lecture, you also speak why the Lord appear in this world. There are many reasons to make some correction, to teach the mankind, and putting some rules. But that is all external. Once I read in Bhagavad Gita purport of Prabhupada, he say, even mukti is not eternal. I was shocked. Even for mukti, you go sometime in the Brahma Jyoti, but you come down. Why? Because there's a desire in the soul. And in the first sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, all cheating religions are strongly rejected. Everything that is not focused on the fifth goal of life, Prem. And now you explain also about Sukadev, Radhika service. He is speaking the Bhagavatam. Everything that is not focused on the service of Srimati Radhika is everything is cheating. So my question, why is cheating to the soul? Every other kind of spiritual goal and practice and religion and like this. Why is it so cheating?
Very nice question.
In the very beginning of Bhagavatam also it said, Muktir hitvanyata rupam swarupena vyavastiti. Because real mukti means to be established in one swarup. This is the definition of mukti of Srimad Bhagavatam. Not just to go sleep somewhere. You know, this is not the reason. And I think what is really the cheating is to avoid the soul's connection with its own potential.
Yeah.
And the deepest potential of this soul is unlimited, extreme love. And when this can only be manifest when you are together with the object of your love. And without to be together with the goal of your life, then this love cannot manifest. Yeah. Just this is the meaning of arati. It's very beautiful. Rati means bhav, or it means prem, means intense love. For that potential we are made. This love is not in us, in the jiva. So, but it can, means avana. Arati means this love can be come up. Why? Because when we are arati, this means we meditate on a special moment. Mangalarati means we meditate on Nishant Leela. Gaurarati, that is just happening now, means Pradosh Leela Smaran. So each and every arati is a meditation on a specific moment in the divine pastime. So, and only then the potential can come up. And really it's everything. If we not come in the sambandha, then it's cheating, because soul is actually made for this love. And if a spiritual practice is here to hide before Shyama Shyam, it's very tragic. And I saw Gurudev, my Gurudev, I saw him weeping when a person said, oh, I meditate only on a light. This means, if I'm together with you and I want to embrace you and I want to be with you, but the only thing I get from you is only a piece of hair. It would be so painful. I could do much more exchange. With this piece of hair, nothing is there. So that's why it would be very much cheating all other sadhanas that are not reviving our potential of love. And it's interestingly, externally, Shukadev Goswami speaks to persons also in Shantaras, in Dasyaras, in Sakyaras, but those who, with the inclination of Madhurya Rati, they understand everything only from their own relationship. And this is very beautiful because deep Harikatha is secret language. This we just heard. I want to hear the secret talks of Shama Shyam. And sometimes it looks like, oh, people, they speak about Narasingha and the Leela of Narasingha. But someone who is in Madhurya Bhav and in a servant of Radhika, he hears everything completely differently. And he is very much inspired. And sometimes even Rupa Manjari, she's going to Shyam Sundar. When Radhika comes out of the Kunj, and Rupa Manjari looks at Shyam Sundar and says, hey, Krishna, were you Nishingadev in your past life? I think some samskaras are still there because some scratch, because the lion is doing some scratch. And he looks at Shrimati Radhika, Rupa Manjari, oh, some scratches are still there. Or maybe you were Nishingadev in your last life. So it's the same Leela, but now in a very different context. And this is why every verse, for those who hear it, they will only hear about Shrimati Radhika at every moment.
But then this rasa only flowing if you are established in the sthaya, in the sthaya.
Yes.
Sorry, not see you.
Prabhupada also writes in Bhagavad Gita, page 4. The goal is not Krishna. The goal is Sarup and Sarup Siddhi. And Srimad Bhagavat also mentions. What is mentioned? You remember? Goal is not Krishna.
Oh.
Goal is not Krishna. Take Srimad Bhagavat.
Ultimate truth, Gurudev.
Radha Dasyam.
See, Prabhupada's book, yeah?
Like the conception of God and the conception of absolute truth are on a different level or different. Right? I don't know where they think.
Give to Krishna Chandra.
This is
Just beginning on. Introduction of first canto Srimad Bhagavatam. The conception of God and the conception of absolute truth are not on the same level. The Srimad Bhagavatam hits on the target of the absolute truth. The conception of God indicates the controller, whereas the conception of the absolute truth indicates the summum bonum, or the ultimate source of all energies. There's no difference of opinion about the personal feature of God as the controller, because the controller cannot be impersonal. Yeah. You want to comment on that?
So not only this, I try to read whole 25, 40, 50 page of the introduction. And there is no line is mentioned about Srimad Bhagavatam. I listened many times Srimad Bhagavatam. I was surprised. It was Chaitanya Charitamrita mentioned. And he's mentioning how to feel Sunapana, how to feel the absolute truth.
Sunam Bono means prema.
Prema. how to feel the thing. Not God, not Krishna. Even in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, page 4, he writes, Sarup and Sarup Siddhi is the goal. And I read introduction, whole introduction of Prabhupada. When Sarup Siddhi is the goal, then what he writing more? Because this is different thing, and he write other things. What if you not do this, then it's do this. If you don't do this, then do this. If you cannot do this, do this. You cannot do this, do this. And to bring to the religious practice, you start from there. So means, what is the highest? To practice Sarup and Sarup Siddhi, and what you practice in the relationship with the Ishvara.
Prema Prabhu.
Prema Prabhu.
And maybe the beginning of Raganuga Bhakti, the qualification is very deep. It's Ragaitmike Kanishtaye Brajavasi Janadishu. It means, a soul has some faith that these personalities are real. They're really there. And when this is there, then naturally we want only to absorb. It's extremely beautiful. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on his journey to South India, he came to Sri Rangam. He stopped for 4 months because it was raining. And every day he entered the temple. This is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he saw one Brahmana sitting there reading Ramayana. And he never saw him eating. And one day Mahaprabhu said, "Oh, Brahman, maybe you should take prasad." And this Brahman, he looked at him and said, yeah. Lakshman collected some fruits. Sita is cooking now. And he went down. Read. And Mahaprabhu was very, very excited. And then a little later, Mahaprabhu said, "Oh, I never see him eating, never takes prasad." It's like, "Oh, Brahman, maybe you should take some prasad." And he looks up and he said, "Oh, sannyasi, how can you speak of eating? Now Sita was kidnapped." And his eyes were red and all the tears flowing down. "How can you speak?" So Mahaprabhu embraced him because he was not reading, he was not thinking, "Oh, this is a book." He touched reality. And I think if we do this in our sadhana, when we hear this beautiful verse 81 in Vilapa Kusumanjali, this talks of Shyama Shyam in the Kunja. This is the essence of our life. There's no other information more urgent and more important because it's real. And if we just hear the words, it sounds a little simple. But if we start to look at the law from where they're coming, then it changes us completely. Because all the lila is not a story, it's not an action, but it's an anubhav of the love. It's like if you would go in the night in the forest, walk alone, and I jump from it behind a tree, and I make, then maybe you a little afraid shortly, but this was not made. This was a natural reaction. So all the activities in the Leela we ever hear is the natural anubhav of this great love. And that's why we don't, in association of devotees, we are not focusing just on the action of the Leela, but of the inner bhav of the Leela. That's why we have to discuss this with Vaishnavas. That's why we were here together in Maharaj guidance. Thank you so much.
Jai Jai
Jai.
Jai
Sri Radha, thank you so very much. Wow.
Jai Jai Sri
Radhe.
Thank you for joining. How many Suniti devotees
64.
today?
We were 64.
64. One luck.
Yes, Krishna Chandra and Gurudev is our dream team. We love you together the most.
Really, really.
Bye.
Oh, the Dream King. Thank you. I miss you all.
there.
Oh, Vandana says there were 81 in the beginning. I just see it now. Okay, Jai Ho.
It's verse 81. So we were 81.
Open the
Verse
door
81.
because
Many are here. Many are here, Maharaj.
money are inside. Oh. Japanese come, then 30 sit here. Japanese, come in, all.
Yeah.
Open, close this.
Wird's gemütlich.
How can continue with you and Krishna Chandra?
This is depend upon Bale Bhaiya, my brother. I'm small.
People getting
in old
addicted.
age, I will go faster. Is depend upon him. If he is merciful, then it will be very nice. Radhe. Radhe, Radhe, Go.